Israel's military is, I would call it borderline insanely moral. The military of Israel does things that no military in the world would even imagine doing for the sake of saving lives of innocent people. A couple examples, even in the last 10 days. Well, let me start with this. What the Hamas has done from 2007, when they became rulers of the Gaza Strip, to today, was to make this strip of land into a terror. Every dollar that was given to them was spent on getting cement and rockets. Cement to build underground tunnels so they can move underground safe from our Israeli airplanes and tanks and artillery or anything like this, as well as they try to have terror tunnels that cross under the border. That's why we had to have this war in 2014, because we found multiple of those. They have spent the time, or they've decided to place their rocket launchers in the most civilian areas possible. They would come to people's homes and put rocket launchers in their living rooms. They would store all their military equipment under hospitals and use the hospitals to launch rockets. Similar with mosques, similar with schools and preschools, because they know that Israel will not shoot those places. And back to Israel's military and morality. It's a very tough situation, you understand. Fighting in the Gaza Strip is like the most impossible situation to fight you can find. When you have an organization that does not care for human life and use people as human shields, and not only that they are willing to sacrifice their people, they actually wanting to do that, so then they can take pictures and send that to the world and to the media. So Israel has been using multiple tactics. For example, one of them, when found that a building is being used for rocket launching or as war rooms for the terrorists, Israel will go and shoot from an airplane an empty shell on the top of the roof. We call it the knock on the roof method, because you knock on the roof saying, hey, the real one is coming soon, get out. Obviously, this means that by the time the real one comes, there are no terrorists in the building anymore, right? It's giving the enemy the opportunity to run away while you know they're there. But for the sake of civilians, we don't do that. This war, the last couple wars in Gaza, hundreds of thousands of phone calls from the Israeli intelligence to the civilians, the people of Gaza, telling them, hey, please get out of your house because an attack is coming. There's no military in the world that has ever done that. Israel sends flyers down. The US military did that in Iraq as well, sending flyers from the earth, from the air, saying, hey, leave the city because we're coming down. We're going to come in. I've seen with my own eyes military operations, where there is a high-level target terrorist that there is an opportunity to take, and at the last second, the whole operation canceled because there are a couple of kids in the area. I've seen that over and over, and knowing that is the norm. That's a crazy kind of great extent to go to protect people when you think about war, and anyone that served know that. What happened 12 days ago is the most horrific event of my lifetime that I experienced as an Israeli. It's the most Jews dying in the same day since the Holocaust. The things that we saw, the pictures that we saw coming out of there are, pictures that I will never be able to get out of my head. Because what these terrorists did when they broke through the border, killing babies, women, raping, beheading babies. I mean, just to think about the kind of monster you need to shoot a baby and then take a knife and take their head off. Tying a whole family together and burning them alive. And then, of course, taking people hostage, but not just soldiers. Taking babies that are under 1 year old. Today, Israel formally released that there are 30 minors that were taken hostage. Some of them are babies, like they drink milk still. There are 10 of them that are very old, grandparents. There is one, and this really breaks my heart. There is One of the ladies that was taken hostage is a Holocaust survivor. She's in Gaza right now. What blows my mind is to see how quickly the world, from those pictures and 3 days of the whole world being in shock with that, how quickly the narrative changed towards what with the people of Gaza? What can we do for them? How can we cease fire? What humanitarian aid? All this kind of thing. By the way, talking about humanitarian aid, obviously the people of Gaza since 1967 had electricity and clean water to drink. Both of those provided by Israel, not by Egypt, which is kind of curious because you see they do share a border, but both electricity and water has been provided to them by Israel, which is really unthinkable to think about people that shoot at you rockets on a regular basis, that you keep providing them with, the basic needs of life. Not say, I just figure it out. Like, you keep shooting at us, just, figure it out.